nothing but the dog in me.
Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Oh, he does. Okay, time to pay attention to you folks at home. Good evening and welcome to Pound Posse Presents, where we're already having far too much fun.
Yes, we are.
This evening I welcome back Ruth Stanley.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. For those of you who are not familiar, Ruth is Wolf Central.
I'm half of it.
Well, yeah, we've got Kevin over there too, but he's kind of like just hiding and going, shh. Before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out. As I mentioned, my best friend in the whole world, Sarah, is having a birthday tomorrow. And Zach, let's have a picture of Sarah and I. This was at her wedding almost exactly 3 years ago. They had an October 30th wedding, so it was Halloween themed, and it was
Nice.
really cool because that's our favorite holiday. But anyway, Sarah is one of the best friends you could ever ask for. Her and I met volunteering for the shelter, and we became fast friends. We did some amazing things together. She's that type of person who you totally want on your side. You don't want to be on the other side.
Exactly.
So we have been through thick and thin, and she's had my back on a lot of things. And I just want to say I love you, girlfriend. Happy birthday. May all good things come your way this year. Sarah is also the mama of my little niece forever, Parker, who I showed her pictures after her birthday about a month or so ago. But we're also going to show a picture of the Sarah with the man she married, Mark, who is also just as cool as she is. So there's Sarah and Mark, and they are wonderful people. And I know that Mark will make her feel like a queen tomorrow for her birthday. And again, happy birthday. Alrighty then. Now, we are going to take the camera back and get into our business. For those of our viewers who are not familiar with Wolf Central, Ruth, tell us about Wolf Central.
Wolf Central is my baby. Wolf Central is a nonprofit right here in Central Connecticut, and we are dedicated to bringing wildlife education programs to the community. We have had a wonderful first year. We have had some great programs come to the area.
You really have.
Animal control officer came in and talked to us about Connecticut wildlife. We had a Yellowstone National Park ranger come talk to us about the wolves and bears of Yellowstone, and he brought his wonderful photography with him. It was a great program. And we actually did our first Wolves to Wales bus trip. Sometimes we have to bring people to the wildlife.
Right, sure.
And we had a wonderful, wonderful day, beautiful weather, and everybody is ready for us to do it again. We do need to wait till next summer for that.
The weather now is just not conducive because
No.
you did like a whale watch and a day with the wolves.
We did.
You did an amazing trip.
Yeah, Wolf Hollow in the morning out of Ipswich, Mass. And then we went out on Seven Seas Whale Watch in the afternoon. And we had a beautiful tail breach right next to the boat.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. I've been on my share of whale watches. I usually, when I would do it, was up in the Cape.
Oh, wow.
And I will swear to you, there was one time that a whale actually hit the boat. And it was just like, whoa.
I believe it. I
But
believe it.
they're beautiful. I mean, I've seen, like, the dolphins swimming alongside
Yes.
the boat. And I mean, there's just nothing like it. That's a treat. That's not like your everyday thing.
It is.
And that's kind of what you're trying to make it more integrated into
That
people's
is.
worlds. To have the appreciation, to get the exposure, and that's a really cool
To get the exposure, we need to learn about wildlife, and we need to learn to respect wildlife.
Yeah, and to coexist with
And
it.
coexist. That's really important, and that's really the big thing that Wolf Central is all about.
And you do a great job.
So thank you very much. We have a lot of help.
Yeah,
We
you
have
sure
a lot
do.
of help. Our biggest program of the year, as you know.
I know, this is
is-
such a disappointment.
It really is. For the past 5 years, we have brought Mission Wolf out from Colorado. They do an East Coast tour every fall, and they bring live wolves with them.
Yeah, and that, I wanted to kiss a wolf.
I know. I gave you some of these last time.
I know. They say I kissed a wolf and I liked
They
it.
do, and we really wanted to get Theo her first wolf kiss this fall, but we're going to hang in there, and next year when they do come out again, we're going to make that sticker on your truck be true.
Okay, and so what really happened?
Definitely
How
do
come they
that.
had to cancel for
They-
anybody who's,
no.
whining like I am?
I know. We found out about it and had to wait a week before we even posted it. We just had to kind of let it sink in and everything. But there was an accident out at the refuge. Kent, one of the co-founders, broke his thumb and has some damage to his hands. And it just wouldn't be safe for him to drive the bus and to handle the wolves on a leash.
Sure.
So for
Anybody
the safety,
who's leash walked
yes.
anything knows that
exactly.
if you have an injury, your hand,
You can't
need
feel your
strength.
hands. You can't
Yeah.
hold that leash
Yeah.
when there's a pull at the other end. So for the safety of the animals and for Kent to have time to heal, they had to cancel their fall tour this year. And everybody is very saddened by it. But at the same time, we still love Mission Wolf, and we want them to know that we support them in every way, and we still want to continue their education.
sure.
So we're
'Cause
doing
they-
something special.
Yeah, you've got something planned, like on the to keep everybody going and to still support the cause.
Still support the cause. On October 30th this year, it's a Wednesday night, we are doing a Howling for Help to help our friends at Mission Wolf. We're doing a very special night in Southington, and we're going to be bringing people on a virtual tour of the Mission Wolf Refuge.
Which is, I mean, how can you beat that? There goes
Yep, there's all the information
there's all the
right there.
information on the event, and
It is going to be a great night. We have got some wonderful footage from out at the refuge. We are also going to have some wolf education in there, some things you would have heard at the program, but a lot of information about the wolves. And there's going to be food and drink and everything. So a lot of camaraderie in there as well.
Sure.
So
So tell us about this virtual tour.
virtual tour is going to be very cool. I have not made it out to Mission Wolf yet myself. To throw it in there, I did get engaged this summer.
Yes, you did. Yay!
I did.
Congratulations,
And thank
Ruth and
you.
Kevin.
And we are talking, yes, we are talking about taking our honeymoon out at Mission Wolf.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you want to go through those pictures
We
now?
can do that.
or, Okay.
We can do that. I brought some pictures with me tonight.
You can roll them, Zach.
And we'll see. This is out at Mission Wolf. One of our volunteers, Donna Porteous, and her husband went out to Mission Wolf this summer. And these are the teepees that they have out there. If you stay there for about 2 weeks, then they can move you into a teepee.
Really?
You have to be self-sustained when you go out there. You bring your food in your tent and everything. If you notice in the back left, there's also a solar panel over there.
Yep.
They are self-sustained up there.
Wow.
Solar panels and gravity-fed water. They try to leave as little footprint as they can.
I was going to say, yeah, they're truly giving the wolves the whole Megillah, so
the
to
whole
speak,
thing.
because that's their environment.
Keeping them as far away from people so the wolves are safe.
Yeah.
Is what they do out there. The next one, I believe, you can go on to the next. This one we're hoping is not the honeymoon teepee.
Yeah, that could cause a problem.
Yeah, and I believe we've got one picture of the wolf pups that are out there.
You got that one, Zach?
Yeah, these are the wolf pups.
babies.
These two pups were just rescued from Florida this past spring. Tiger and Rosie Val, they have been introduced to the Ambassador Wolf Pack that usually travels in the fall, and Maggie and Abraham, two of the wolves at Mission Wolf, have both taken these two pups in, and from what I hear, so far, so good.
That's cool.
And Zeb is still with them as well.
As you're talking, I'm thinking to myself, where do they get the wolves that they rescue?
These wolves, all the wolves at Mission Wolf are captive-born wolves, are wolf dog crosses that cannot be reintroduced in the wild. These wolves were bred for pets, they were bred for movies, they were from zoos that couldn't keep them, and they couldn't be just reintroduced because they've imprinted on people.
Sure.
They've imprinted on humans. So it's either euthanize them or hopefully there's a rescue out there that can take them. Mission Wolf usually has about 40 animals. So they have a lot of mouths to feed
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
incredible. Now, you were saying about introducing them into the pack. Do they have the capability to keep separate packs?
They do.
That, you know,
They have got separate packs out there, and the wolves are the ones that decide whether or not they keep one in.
sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you wouldn't argue with a wolf if he didn't like you.
Exactly. These pups were little itty bitty pups when they got them, and pups are much easier to accept into a pack.
Absolutely, yeah.
Then obviously if they came in and they were full grown, it would be a harder fit.
Oh, right.
But these were little guys, and they have gotten very big very quickly. A couple years ago, we had Zeb and Farah on the tour, and Kent was talking about the pups, and they come out, and they look like, you know, that teenage German Shepherd. They don't look like little pups like we think of, but they grow up very quickly. And if you notice in the picture, they're mouthing each other. That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
wolves say hello. They chew on each other's faces.
Yeah, I know people like that.
I can think of a few myself.
Yeah, we won't get into that, but we'll leave that entirely alone. Do you want to roll to another picture, or do you want to take the camera back
Oh.
and talk a little more about?
Yeah, we can wait for now.
We'll wait. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll take the
think
camera
so.
back then.
I think so.
And here we are.
Let's see.
So, as far as the event goes, you're going to have, like we said, the virtual tour.
The virtual tour, some wolf education. There's going to be a lot of things. I think the people that have been to the program before and had the chance to meet Kent and Tracy and see the wolves up close and personal are going to get a much deeper appreciation for the work that Kent and Tracy do.
For what happened
At
actually
this.
out there instead
Yes.
of just on this tour.
They live so far off the grid up there, and so do their volunteers. They've got volunteers that live there almost year round. They've got ones that come up different seasons.
What a life that must be.
It's very different.
Yeah.
It's very different. I think it's much slower and probably much more relaxed. Yet it's
yeah.
a lot of work. I mean,
that's
it's all
that's
physical
like the
labor out there.
Old-time farm life.
Yes, it is.
Back-breaking. I mean, what in God's name does it take to prepare to feed these wolves? What do you feed them? What
Oh
you
my
know?
g- Their food often comes from local ranchers. They have an animal that dies, and they'll donate it. They have a deal, I believe, with the State Highway Department. Roadkill comes in. We have seen
They've
pictures.
eaten it without people bringing it there.
That's it. And the wolves, they have volunteers there that will actually prepare the food for the animals and
I'd
bring it
be
out. I don't know if
all
I could do
set.
that,
No.
but you know, we're going to have to give it a good
This-
old-fashioned try when we go out.
This little vegetarian had a hard enough time feeding her dog raw.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you definitely have to be cut out for that.
You do.
But if you go out, like when you go out there, that's not like necessarily a job you have to take, right?
That's it. When you go out there and volunteer, they have all kinds of things that you can help them with. You can help them in their gift shop. You can help them building fences or putting up a building.
Right, maintaining the property.
There's a lot of things that they can help, that you can help with, and they love to have people come out and see them.
Sure.
When
Now,
we-
do the volunteers actually get to like handle the wolves or interact with them, or
You-
is it more of a hands-off
I
thing?
believe the ambassador pack that you can get in with them. They have tours, so you would get to see how they live and hear about the wolves, the education first, and then learn how to greet the wolves,
That's really cool.
just like you would in a program
Right.
when they come around.
right, sure.
So it's something very interesting. I can't wait to go. You know, we've been
Yeah.
following, my mom, my daughter, and I have been following Mission Wolf since 1998.
That's a long
And
time.
we've never made it out there. So I
Oh, you're
really want
due.
my mom to get out. Happy 75th birthday, Mom, by the way.
Happy
she just had her
birthday,
75th.
Mom.
And it would be great. This is out at Mission Wolf, this picture right here. Kent is in the yellow shirt and the hat in the middle. Education never stops with him. He's got people that come out to the refuge when volunteers or families stop by on their vacation. And Kent will take the time and sit down and talk to you about what's going on with the wolves. In this picture, you can see their greenhouse where they grow a lot of their food. You can see a teepee in the background. And
And a beautiful blue sky.
beautiful blue sky. I can't imagine what the stars look like out there at night.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I can't imagine. Mission Wolf is located in West Cliff, Colorado, which is in the Wet Mountains. And they're backed up to a national park up
Okay.
there. So they're far away from people, as I said, and the views I've seen from photographs are spectacular.
Yeah, just that blue sky was enough
It
to,
is.
like, wow, I want a
It
piece
really
of that.
is. No light pollution,
Yeah.
no anything, and it's got to be nice and quiet except for the howling of wolves
Well, I was
at
gonna
night.
say, when you were talking about the stars, I said, I wonder, if you're up there and you're kind of like looking up at the stars and, the full package, the full moon, the howling wolf.
Kevin and I will let you know
I hope
when we
so.
get home, for sure.
I hope so.
I'm sure, and I'm sure we're going to be taking a lot of pictures when we're out there as well.
Oh yeah, I bet you will be. I mean,
Definitely.
I'm sure you won't. Well, I mean, it's not like you can like text them or upload them on Facebook. You're not going to
Exactly.
be in any kind of position to do
No.
that. That's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird, but I think unplugging for a few days is going to be a good thing.
And that's like,
And that's what you do when
yeah.
you're on your honeymoon anyway.
Well, that's like the
You know.
perfect thing for you guys for a honeymoon, because really,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like what you're all about.
That's it.
That to me is like far too exciting.
It's going to be, well, see, when Wolf Month is over, we get to pick a date.
Yeah.
So we have to get through.
You get to pick the date,
I
Kevin
get to
says.
pick a date. No, but we've got so much going on. October is always a very busy time of the year for us.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you made the time to come on the show
Hey,
again.
Always, always. I
beautiful
enjoyed
thing.
it last time and come back.
Yeah, you survived
I
last
did.
time.
I made it through.
And you're rocking it
I
this
made
time
it through. Oh, goodness. Some other things that we've got coming up in
Yeah,
the near
what else?
future.
What's on the horizon for
What's
Wolf
on the
Central?
horizon besides our Howling for Help night? Oh, I didn't say that. Anybody wants more information on the Howling for
Yep,
Help night?
I was going to go there.
Facebook.com/Wolf Central, and the information is right there. We're doing a couple fairs coming up, just outreach tables. We're doing one on November 2nd at the New England Carousel Museum,
Okay.
which is kind of how you and I met in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing one there.
Talk about just like a freak thing of how we got together.
it
That was
was-
just crazy.
That was too many coincidences.
Yeah,
It
there
was too
if we
too
have
much.
time, maybe we'll go there, but
But we're doing that outreach table that's in Bristol on November 2nd. And then on December 6th, we are doing a fair right downtown Southington at Masonic Lodge, where we will have some outreach there as well.
and you've been hitting the fairs hard
We
this
have,
year.
we've met a lot of people. You were talking about your friend in the beginning.
Yeah.
I know you met her through volunteering.
Yep.
I think you meet the best people through volunteering. They are the most giving people.
Oh yeah. They're like-minded. They're like-hearted.
They
You're
are.
all in it for a cause.
That's it.
And it's generally
because
the
you
same
want to
cause.
be.
Exactly.
You're there because you want to be.
I always say there are certain people who have a volunteer heart, and other people just don't get it.
That
Because
is
you know
it.
the most valuable thing you can give anyone is your time.
And when it comes to animals, we need people
Yeah,
that care about the animals. We're their voice.
we are.
And we need that.
Absolutely.
So that's why you and I will remain friends as well.
Forever.
That's right.
Yes.
What other things do we have?
What I was going to say is you gave your Facebook page. Is there an email address
The
or?
email address would be info@wolfcentral.org.
Okay, one more time.
info@wolfcentral.org
Okay.
is for email.
Is
If
for email.
anybody has any questions about the Howling for Help or anything like that.
Or getting involved or anything at all, that would be the best way. And we can
That's it.
we can give that again at the end too.
We can.
Yep. So as we were starting to,
the
you
the
and
big one.
you and I do this on the phone
We
too.
do.
We're
we
like
do.
all
we get
over.
so sidetracked sometimes.
What's coming
The
up?
other really big one we have coming up, we have met people through Wolf Central and doing these outreach tables that have been wonderful for us. One of them, I want to give a big shout out to Pack Tracks Country Club in Southington. It is a doggy daycare. Wendy, Christina, and Kim are the owners. These three gals have become really good friends, and they have been great supporters for us and to animals just in general. They are great people. There's the picture. They have got a painting of wolves howling at the moon
Aw.
in their daycare, and that is Wendy, Christina, and Kim. with one of their clients, Jingles.
Aw,
And-
looking like a little wolf himself.
And that is Temper Wolf on the side there. He is our mascot.
Okay.
And we all got to visit one day, and they actually did a float for us in the Apple Harvest Parade this year, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, how did that work out? Because I know I saw your
it
posts
rained.
about it.
They had the parade in the rain.
There
but
it is, huh?
Timber rocked it for the entire parade route. He danced up there, he waved. I don't think he missed a child for the entire parade route. Our thing right now, be a voice for wolves, be a voice for wildlife. All of our house together can make a difference.
Yep.
And with what's going on right now with wild wolves, they're really wanting to remove wolves from the endangered species list.
Oh, there would be
So
a
all of our
mistake.
voices together are really important. So that's something we feel really strongly about. But again, thank you so much to Pack Tracks for doing all that they do for us.
Yeah, that was an undertaking to do that float, huh?
Those girls, we had such awesome help on that, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but I think that we've reached people, and that's what it's all about.
And you just said two things. You can have a lot of fun while you do a lot of hard work and make a big impact on the world.
You definitely can.
You really can.
So that's them, and the other one, I think he's got one more picture up there oh, there we go. That's Ken Henriksen. Ken Henriksen is the owner of, oh my gosh, the Grounds Guys of Central Connecticut. We met him a couple years ago. He's a Boy Scout leader, and we went in and talked to the Boy Scout last year about wolves and,
Isn't that
and about
cool to do
wildlife.
that?
It was so much fun. It really was. But we were kind of surprised at our booth this year. The Grounds Guys every fall does a We Care Day, and they give back to the community. They help out a nonprofit. This year, what they are doing is the Grounds Guys is going to bring large equipment and a slew of volunteers to Wolf Central, right in Southington, and create a large presentation area
How
for
cool
our
is
education
that?
programs. We've been wanting to do a Birds of Prey with flight program, and maybe even a wolf program next fall to be
Oh,
outside.
wow.
So they're doing that this year. I believe it's on November 9th. And again, if you want any more information on that, you can get it on our Facebook page. But, thank you so much to Grounds Guys. We feel very privileged that they've chosen us.
yeah.
We're fairly new. We've been doing it as volunteers for 5 years, but we've only been an official nonprofit for a year this December.
Yep,
And the support that we're
congratulations.
getting it's phenomenal. It really is.
Yeah.
So
It makes you feel good. It really makes you, like, right down to your very soul, like you're making a difference
We
when
are.
people respond to you in such a positive way.
And the other one, I had one more on there, just I wanted to make sure, cannot mention all of our volunteers. We have probably between 18 and 20 regular, steady volunteers that have come back to us year after year. This year, we were very nervous with a furry animal not coming at the end of the month.
Right.
Would our volunteers help us for the fairs? Every one of them showed up. One of them stands out way above the rest, and that is PJ, shown in this picture here with his daughter Emily for her 4th grade class last year. PJ has been going out and talking to elementary school classes about wolves, why they're needed in the environment, and talking about the trophic cascade. And he has done a wonderful job. He has been at every event we've held this year. He's been at most of the director meetings. He's come to those. He's not a director, but he's come to
Right.
the meetings for his input. He's been really helping us out with everything. And without people like PJ, we
Yep.
wouldn't be able to do all that we do.
Kudos to him for having that commitment and determination. And you're right, any organization, especially when you're talking about volunteers, when it's from the heart, you
That's
need
it.
those rock solid foundation people, or you're doing it all yourself and it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. You
No.
really can't make the same impact when it's a one-man show.
That's it. And we've been able to spread out a lot farther and everything. And that's, our volunteers are our backbone.
Yeah, and you said something to me. We were at an event together over the summer, and you were saying, your booth was packed, but you said
Yes.
something that you were at some place and somebody was like, hating on you because your Ruth
I
was so
remember
packed.
that. I remember that we went in to just to grab a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
Go grab a slice of pizza, and some gentleman asked me, "What are you guys giving away over there?" Every time I look, you've got a crowd at your booth. I told him he was going to have to come over and check it out. We weren't giving anything away.
Nope.
People were stopping by. We were talking to them, and people were really listening to what we had to say about the wildlife.
Yep.
So many things with coyotes and bears and everything going on in the state of Connecticut, and people are asking questions. And we love talking to people and getting their pictures and their input and hearing about it. So we made a lot of good friends, new friends that day as well.
Yeah, exactly. You do, you know. People don't understand how important this is when they don't listen and they don't understand that the wildlife is here to stay. We're encroaching on their territory. We can't just willy-nilly decide, that it's time for them to go. There's a cartoon, I don't know if you ever saw it, it's like a little one panel where, some woman sees a bear and it's like, the cut down trees and all that, you know what I'm talking about? And she's like, "What are you doing here?" And the bear's like, "No, what are you doing here? I've always been
What
here."
are you doing here? And that's the thing I found when we're talking to young ones. I ask them, do you go for walks in the woods with your parents?
Yeah.
With your family, do you do that? You have to remember, when you're walking through the woods, you're walking through the wild animal's home.
Yep.
So we need to leave their nests alone. We can watch them. You see something in the woods, it's great to watch them,
Yeah.
but leave them in the woods first of all, because
Yep.
wild animals belong in the wild,
Yep.
not in a tank or a cage at home.
Nope, they're not going to survive.
That's
and,
it.
And if they're strong enough to survive, they're not going to live well or be happy.
That's it. You tell the young ones they could be leaving a family behind
Yeah.
when you do that. So to watch them, there's nothing wrong with watching them. We want people to be watching
Yeah.
them, but we need to leave them where they are.
Yeah, and keep your distance. Don't
That's
try to
it.
make hands-on friends
it.
with the wild animals.
Say, hey, take pictures, learn
Yep.
about them. That's what's important.
Yep, and with people like you who are there to provide the education, it makes it possible. And you definitely, you impact the world one person at a time
One person at a time.
with what you put out there. So I guess we're just about ready to wrap up, and I can't thank you enough for coming back.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing to see you always. Flash that ring real quick because we're dying
we
to
gotta
see
flash the ring.
Yeah,
Yes, there's
just
the
a little
ring.
bit. There's the ring.
There's the ring.
Proposed to on a whale watch.
That's
it's a beautiful
right.
thing. All right, so we're gonna say goodnight, and how are we gonna do that? We're gonna say peace, love, and wolves. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. He's making me wave again.